You're live.
Oh, there we go. And once again, like this, like last time, I was like unshaven.
So am I. Huh? Don't feel bad. We're both unshaven. This is my second time with Dave. We're gonna open up a bottle that I believe is from the day you were born.
Yeah.
This is from 1988. It is a single grain from Invergordon. Is Invergordon open anymore?
It is. Yeah,
It's still open. It's not a lost.
Oh no!
distillery.
Oh man, I'm bad at this. I was thinking Cameron Bridge.
Cameron Bridge. I can't see the comments for some unknown reason. Again, this happens to me. I can't see the comments. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but you can watch it in the recording. We'll see how things are going. Would you like to have the honors of opening?
Yeah, sure, man. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is actually kind of an epic bottle. Daniel sent me a photo of this on a store shelf.
To tease them.
And I said, "What the fuck is that all about?" And yeah, so we went and picked one up. So.
And there goes my monetization. Swear.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
It doesn't matter. I'm not monetized. Not even close to it. After everybody worries about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Although yeah, this is one that I had about 4 or 5 years ago, like sort of right after it had been bottled. Made a really good impression on me. I never ended up buying a bottle, just foolishly it escaped me. And
you're not a big fan of single grains generally.
I like single grains. Yeah, I like single grains, but if there's something I don't like about them, it's that sometimes they're a little thin. You know, like malt is just like really full flavored experience. Grains can be a little bit tamer, but I like grains really.
I do.
They
I
play
almost buy
yeah.
every single SMWS grain I try to buy that we get.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, those are really good, and they play really well with cigars too.
I don't smoke cigars, so tried that once upon a time. Dave, you're spilling.
Oh man.
And the bad part about spilling is that this bottle
Yeah.
is yours.
Oh man, that's
You've been so generous to
That's
me
too
over the
kind of
years.
me.
I thought I'd bring you a bottle, but I was going to make you open it in front of me and share it with you.
oh, so I couldn't just turn around and sell it. Oh
No.
man.
So
Oh,
there
well, thank
go.
you so much, Dan.
You're
Appreciate
welcome,
that.
buddy. I appreciate all the generosity that you have had over the years. So
Well, cheers to you. Thank you.
cheers to you.
And so this is kind of an interesting one though, because my guess is that it's sherry cask, which is kind of unique for a single grain. So.
Yeah, because it doesn't say anything on there.
Doesn't say sherry cask anywhere, but it's just judging by the color, it's so dark. And usually, even at 25 years.
There we go. Now we got a comment. Yes,
Yeah.
it's single grain. We can put it toward them and they can see the top of it somehow here. Yeah. That was Know Your Whiskey, Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh.
We know Josh. So when they do comment, it comes up on the side. It just doesn't stay.
Oh,
So there
okay.
you go. You're going to take that bottle home out.
Yes. Yeah, this is epic. This is actually epic stuff. So
58.3% ABV, but it doesn't really burn on the nostrils.
in some ways, it almost kind of reminds me of like a rum. Like it's got like a phenolic kind of rubbery.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually, that it's very, very rum-like, but a good rum, not a sugarcane sweet
Yeah, right.
rum, but a dry rum, right? Oh yes, Dave. You can't see it because I can't lower the camera, but we have to roll the glass. He does the Food Quig Anaconda quite well. This is what I like about single grains on the nose. I can nose them for a long time before I ever
Yeah.
get to them. There's something different about that. Now, is there no malt in this at all?
No, all single grains have at least a proportion of malt because they can't use added enzymes.
Okay.
So in order to
Start the process.
yes, have enough enzymes to convert the starches within the grains to sugars. Usually the proportion of the grain bill, at least from what I've read, will usually be like 5% malted barley.
Okay. And
So-
that's just to get it going.
Yeah, so actually every single grain will have some proportion of malted barley in it, but it's like just enough to...
And do they have
you
their
can
own
mash.
distinct type that they use? Like, or do they just...
No, not really. No, I don't think so.
Not anything?
Um,
Cheers, buddy. I'm coming to Fort McMurray. I hope you're ready for me, Josh. Is this just water?
yes.
I've
right.
never seen it in the clear bottles.
Yeah, I got clear ones because like I had the brown ones, and people always would ask like, "What's in here?" I thought it was kind of like obvious, but
Yeah.
Even when they're clear, I guess it's not obvious.
No, it's not. No, I might have to get some clear ones from you.
Yeah, so this is...
You can see my mirror image.
Oh, are we in reverse? I wonder.
It might be in reverse, yeah. They do that.
Yeah, it might be.
I would love to come by, Josh, but they're putting me on night shift, so I have no idea how long I'm going to be there. 2 weeks to 2 months is what I was told. Hopefully not too long.
That should be easy to plan around.
Yeah, that should be easy. But hopefully I get to go here somewhere.
Yeah.
I think what we can show you on here is, where's Glasgow? You go on there?
Yeah, we got Glasgow right there.
Glasgow, and then we go down here, and then we go over here, and then we go here, and then we go all the way over. I don't know where it goes.
To Perth, yeah, and then...
It comes all the way down.
back
So I haven't actually bit the bullet yet, but I've been bugging Dave here, so
Yeah.
he might put me on that.
We might
tour.
let him, yeah.
He might let him. I'm trying to get him to have a professional photographer in there too.
Yeah, honestly, this might have to open up a little bit, because it's having just been opened, but...
But I can smell
It's
it
nice.
all day.
Mm-hmm.
It is good, and you were not even born when this was made.
Depending on what month in '88 it was.
Bottled July 2014. So, yeah, it doesn't tell you nothing else. Stewed rhubarb. I might get stewed rhubarb. Hey, Loch Ness, how you doing? It's been so long since I've stewed rhubarb.
Yeah, it's just yeah, can't really. But you know what? It almost reminds me of that Wyoming, like the
Yeah.
floralness of that Wyoming bourbon,
Which one?
the cask strength one.
And that's the Alberta Rose one, or?
Yeah, the Wild Rose, the Keg and Cork, and the Kensington Wine Market cask were all like in the same sort of like solar system,
Okay.
orbiting around like this super floral, like fresh.
Bottle or barrel.
Like when you walk into a florist. I know you do this often, Daniel. And you walk into like the humidity controlled room,
Yeah.
and you just get blasted with this smell of this damp soil and all the 100 different flower things all happening at the same time. It was kind of like that, and that's kind of
I've
getting
added
just damp soil,
water
and
to it
flowers
twice.
and
I'm getting more that way. It's 58.1, so I think I could add
quite
quite a
high,
bit
yeah.
more to it. Yeah, I could make the bottle last, actually. So the oldest one I have is a 47-year-old, and I bought that several years ago. And now the prices, even when they're on sale, they've gone out of the roof
yeah.
for single grains.
For the really old stuff.
Yeah, 47.
And Sovereign
50.
especially. Sovereign's prices have gone like crazy.
And this is an old release of Sovereign, because Sovereign's bottles now it's a short,
Yeah, it's
stocky
stout. They look a
tube.
little sexier. This is like the old ugly packaging, which I was like, whenever the packaging is ugly, it kind of makes me feel good, because it means that.
Unless they deliberately made it ugly.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean. When
Right,
there's some
yeah.
stuff where they, not necessarily ugly, but they didn't really, I could have
Not
done
slick,
that.
you know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
could have done that on my computer at home, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, no nonsense whiskey. It must be way past your bedtime, but thanks for coming in. We're opening up. Vin, matter of fact, it was his birthday. He's getting old, too old for whiskey soon. We're opening up a 25-year-old Invergordon at one of my favorite liquor stores.
Which shall go unnamed.
Unnamed, although Dave named it already. So
But yeah, so what were we talking about?
with the label at first.
Oh yeah, the cheesy
Right,
label,
yeah.
But no, grain whiskey prices have gone up. Although I am getting a really good, a 35-year-old blended grain
Right?
from Cooper's Choice in a couple weeks,
Okay.
and it's a really good price.
So you'll set one aside for me? 'Cause I'm
Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing a tasting, so we're gonna crack it open.
oh,
for a
you're
tasting.
coming to Fort McMurray? Hey, Josh, he's coming to Fort McMurray.
Well,
He
actually,
loves
I am.
driving up there.
Actually, I'm going to Fort McMurray in September, end of September, for a thing that Josh is
Oh, his
doing.
um,
It's a
Big-
wine auction for the big brothers and
Big
big
Brothers
sisters
and Little
of,
Sisters, yeah.
Wood Buffalo. But yeah, we're doing some whiskey up there this year now too. So it'll be the first time that they're doing whiskey at the event as well.
that probably means I need to bring a bottle up to donate to Josh Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I am a big fan of well-aged grain. Well, that
yeah.
would make 3 of us.
Yeah, and this is it's really dark. I wonder like, it's so rummy.
That it, yeah, but it definitely smell the sherry.
Yeah, and some of the fruit with some water, some of that fruit is starting to come out a little bit.
Yeah, and the with the water anyway, the legs are showing up a little bit better, and they come down pretty quick.
Yeah, the spirit with single grain, the spirit is so light.
Yeah.
Because it's done. A lot of people say the single grain is done in a column still, which is kind of a misnomer. At least in North America, a column still is like what you'll find at a lot of craft distilleries. What they make their vodka in, but it's still a batch still.
Yeah.
So you put in a batch of whatever you're doing, distill it, and then you've made a batch. That's a column still. What grain is done in is called a patent still, which is a continuous still.
Right.
So there's no batches. You're just constantly running stuff through it, and it runs 24 hours a day.
It looks more like a refinery. I've seen some pictures of them. Maybe I mean, if I was standing next to it, it's not by no means where I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Which is an oil refinery. They're cleaner looking than an oil refinery.
Yeah.
But it's just a big rack with a bunch of tubes and stuff going through it.
Yeah,
So
right.
They're not as romantic as going to a proper distillery.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
Or
mean,
a
a grain
proper-
distillery is a proper distillery, but the patent still, also referred to as a coffee still,
Yeah.
they're less romantic looking.
Yeah.
If you like the look of copper, but
I've seen lots of.
I think patent stills are beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, I do too. But I've seen lots of stills lately where they're, and I won't name the certain ones because I can't recall which one it was exactly, where they're not even polishing them up. Now
Letting them get that patina, like
yeah, they're letting them have the patina. They're letting them have that. You can see where stuff has run down before. I mean, it's a clean, but it's still stained the copper. The guys that are here, I don't know if he's on Santa Cruzing. I can't see the list of names on there because the phone's sideways. Eric Waite and Santa Cruzing both live in California. And Eric Waite has his own channel, and Santa Cruzing's in the chats all the time, Chris. But they went to Venus something distillery in California, and they have I forget the name of it now, Hag or Hog still, and they're hammered.
yeah,
You can tell it's hammered. It's got that. What they say is it's got the dimples, so it makes something happen inside because the still hang. You know, the stuff hangs on the dimples and drops back in.
right, yeah.
It's very kind of cool that way. But they're made in Spain. So what I'm curious to ask and find out now from some of these guys is why did you choose that one? So even locally,
yeah.
right? I just got invited to be able to go to Strathcona
Oh,
Distillery.
cool. Yeah.
Right through is it Chelsea?
Yeah. Okay.
She works at the
Right.
Bothy as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
because I stopped by the Bothy.
Cool.
I'm curious because
Yeah, Strathcona is cool. I mean, you walk in the door and you turn around and you've seen the whole place. So.
oh, it's small. These are small craft distilleries. But the unique thing is one of the things that every new distillery makes is gin or vodka or both. And they make it and they get berries from 2 different areas of the province, right? They get it from
Yeah, they get
the River Valley, sea berry.
like not very much of it, but yeah.
No, you get what you can. I mean, it's wild. And then somewhere in Drumheller, they're getting some other berry, she said.
Yeah, and
So-
then the juniper is coming, I don't know, somewhere out of the Middle East or something.
Yeah.
Like Morocco or something.
Yeah.
Just because it's more
But it's one of the
consistent that way.
the nicest gins I've tried in a long time.
That's a good gin. They're doing a really good job, and the distiller there, Adam, is a super smart guy and like so passionate. Like it's just you can just runs through his veins. You can see it.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So I mean, and that's the other thing. Maybe with single grains, we don't get as much of the passionate story about how they make it. It's more
Yeah,
about
you
how
can't.
they.
Yeah, you can't really.
It's
It's not a craftsmanship product, and it's in the way that,
Mass-produced.
in the way that we consider it. I think it is. I mean, it's like
it can be
I mean,
crafted
you remember,
after.
Yeah, but it's crafted to begin with because like you talk to a guy. You remember Patrick used to work here. He's a brewer now. He's got his own brewery, but
Oh,
you know
yes,
when
yes.
people would ask him, you know, what do you think? What do you think the best beer is? And he would always say Budweiser because it's But his reason is because it's a totally different type of craftsmanship. It's the craftsmanship of consistency, and that Budweiser exists on this extremely narrow threshold of what it is to be Budweiser. That anything inferior is
barley and rice
can't exist, can't be called that. So I thought that was kind of cool, but and I think that's kind of like,
and he's another young fella. So I bugged Dave about being young, and I've harassed him for several years since I've been coming here.
I've been working as hard as I can to get
I'm not the only one, right? Roy has some T-shirts, awesome.
But
their passion and the way they go about it, and he, Patrick, being that he actually making the stuff and is able to differentiate between what makes them a good beer, beyond actually a taste, and how they can be consistent and it's made the same way all the time. I like that stuff. Right?
But I mean, you look at a distillery like Cameron Bridge Grain Distillery distills 100 million liters per year.
Yeah,
like that's magic to me. I mean, that's amazing. It doesn't look pretty. You can't, when you go in there, it won't be like grizzled old dudes writing on a chalkboard to see where the cuts in the distillation are.
Yeah.
But it has its own sort of form of beauty, I think.
Yeah, but even some of the single malt guys, they're computerized now. They're not they're not doing the chisel on the chalkboard stuff anymore.
the chisel on the chalkboard.
You don't a chisel on a chalkboard.
But yeah, I mean that's like what Kalila was like on Isla. It's basically just three guys wearing lab coats, pressing buttons on an instrument panel. But I mean that's cool. That's cool in its own way as well. And like their mash tuns are fucking enormous. They're huge. So even that to see is pretty cool. And they're still like pine. They're pine washbacks. They're really cool.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of stuff. So one of the things if I go on this trip to Scotland is I get to help pick a barrel.
Yes.
I had Cameron Bridge 25 that was incredibly insane. It was the same liquid as Hag. Okay. But Hag's not aged 25 years.
It's just maybe just a little bit less.
Less, eh?
Honestly, though,
we can do something great.
Call me crazy, but I actually kind of liked Hag Club. The only bone I have to pick with it was the price, because I tried it. I didn't buy the bottle. Someone else had bought it and said, "Hey, try this."
Yeah,
and I thought it was really good. So.
And is Hag a grain or is it?
Yeah, it's Cameron Bridge.
It is all Cameron
Bridge.
Yeah,
it's a Diageo. Oh, okay. And it gets made fun of a lot for coming. Have you ever seen the bottle?
Yeah,
it looks like a cologne bottle or whatever.
Yeah, like a cologne bottle, exactly. Or a tequila bottle.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with it except for the price. If it was like $30, I'd drink the shit.
But we have the same thing here. We've got whatchamacallit, Velvet there, not what the Rap Star put out.
Oh yeah, the Drake stuff.
Yeah, Drake's, what was that called?
Virginia Black.
Virginia Black. It's not bourbon. It's not
terrible stuff.
It's not good at all. No, so we can say that some celebrities and whatnot can make some great stuff.
Yeah.
We have that vodka, the Skull vodka.
Right. Yeah.
It's not too bad a vodka, but they are now putting out a whiskey called Silent Hill. Have you tried it yet?
No.
I tried it. It's not too bad. Canadian whiskey.
Where is it? I wonder where it's
Silent Hill. Silent Hill. Wherever the same place they make the vodka, which I think is out east.
Really?
Yeah. Is it Newfoundland? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
So I still have some great ideas coming for single malt Canadian whiskeys, and I have this guy here has some great ideas and is working on a little thing to something about getting independent bottled Canadian whiskeys instead of maybe letting it get just pushed into the back of the warehouse or something.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things too, sort of like resisting the gimmick. You know what I mean? Because like whiskey in a skull will sell like really well, but
because everybody wants
in some ways
bottle.
but in some ways it's like, oh well, where was that made? How old is it? How was it matured?
Yeah.
What grains does it consist of?
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things that kills me about Canadian whiskey is that like there's so much mystery for no good reason.
No, I agree. And this is coming from Canadians.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, we have a lot of that. Who do you think is the most transparent Canadian producer right now? And I'm not talking about the big guys. Everybody that we know.
Honestly, probably Shelter Point.
Yeah.
Just because like like on the front of their bottles they'll say aged in or finished in French oak for X amount of time.
and it's 100%.
which is like,
barley.
whoa, that's like, they're like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
How you're giving away so much information, you know. But like, no, it's just what consumers want to know.
Yeah.
But Yukon is pretty good too. Like, although
Yukon-
there's still some stuff like they'll send some stuff to me and be like, don't tell anyone about this. But this is what it's all about. So
They keep some things for
Yeah.
for like age. I think they keep that kind of quiet, not because I've been told the ages of the whiskey, if you ask.
Yeah.
But they don't put it on there because they don't want people judging the whiskey based on its age.
but even still, you know, I don't know. Like they're like some of their releases, you know, they'll say, okay, yeah, it's got whiskeys aged 5, 6, and 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like afraid to talk about that. But I don't like. It's incredibly good whiskey.
It is. It is.
You know, so I don't know. I think they're just kind of new. They're still sort of finding their feet, finding their identity. So
Eric Waite just came on. He's the guy that was in Scotland. He posted day 8 or day 9 of an American in Scotland. He had a great little tour.
oh, cool.
Yeah, from San Diego. And we were talking about Venus Distilleries just a minute ago, Eric. I can't see the comments. They come up for a minute and they disappear. So I may miss some things. I think you're doing some crosstalk. So, and we're opening. If anybody's just come in, I see that we got more viewers. We've opened up a 1988 Invergordon, distilled in 24 or bottled in 2014 from the Sovereign, or Douglas Lang,
Hunter.
or Hunter Lang.
Yeah.
Are they related? Aren't they?
Well, yeah, the Langs. There's a whole long story to it that the details I'm not super familiar with. But they split their warehousing, and I think Douglas Lang got better shit.
Maybe. What is that? The
in the
father?
split? Yeah. I'm not. I don't really. I can't really.
It's all
wrap my head around that
hearsay
stuff.
because it's just rumors that we've heard.
But
they've had-
but yeah, Douglas Lang in general, I kind of prefer like their blends are phenomenal. Like the Big Pete's, Rock Oyster, all those like they're just so freaking good.
there.
Can't fucking breathe. Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's kind of
Just so you know, we have a guest that just came in, Chris,
yeah.
and it's so smoky from the fires from I'm assuming mostly BC.
Yeah.
Some could be coming up from California. That the sky, the haze is yellow in the city right now.
Yeah.
The remarkable region malts are amazing
Yeah.
value.
Yep. Yep.
You guys are streaming.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still.
we're,
No, it's
Somebody
all
with
we're
my
live.
foul mouth,
It's-
my pencil one.
I already lost my
all good.
monetization.
But yeah, remarkable regional malts
Sorry,
are
we're using their lunchroom. So.
are stupid good. Like the Rock Oyster cast strength. It's just like, it's like
88.
drinking seawater.
You're still older than Dave. He graduated in '88, so you're more like my age.
yeah, great,
Malted
there you
Macallan and malts and rare malts graduated in '88, which is when I graduated. Youngster.
It was a good year, so I'm
I actually have a lot of respect for this youngster. This is opening up better now.
yeah, a little bit.
It wasn't bad in the beginning, but it needed a.
Yeah, it's not quite. And also, honestly, my nose is kind of messed up from the smoke.
Yeah, I can't wait to be up north. You were born in '85. Sorry, folks. Ha ha. '85. You weren't born. You were hatched. '85. Did they even have babies back then? Just joking. Then '85. And this month of '85. My mother was 45 years old when she had me. My dad was joking around and Mom took him seriously. So, and in some ways, I'm fortunate to still be here.
Oh, hey, Julia.
Julia, are you back from the mall and shopping for school clothes for the youngsters? I just brought Dave his bottle of Invergordon. See you later, Eric. Get back to work. I can't wait to start work tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You know what that's like? You ever
What's
work
that?
night shift?
No.
I drive all day to get up there. I've got to do 2 hours of orientation with some company I've never really worked with.
Yeah.
And then I have to do a 10 or 12 hour shift.
Oh man.
And it's a dry camp.
Yeah. So just needle drugs, I guess.
Yeah, if they don't come with a doctor's prescription. Although I could maybe bring some. Nah, never mind. I would never do that. I can go without, and I need to right now. That'll be my dry month. You ever gone dry?
Yeah. I was doing that for a little while, but
Then we keep bringing you whiskey.
yeah. I mean, with my job, it's impossible. But Yeah. Every now and then it's like, holy crap, I'm drinking a lot of stuff. You know, you reflect on it and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's way too much whiskey.
But you're drying out for a little bit.
Well, I'm up there. I have no
Yeah.
point. It's not even point. You could bring in sample bottles, maybe hide them in your,
Yeah.
you know, in your bathroom supply stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not worth it. It isn't. I mean, I can drive into town. We'll probably have to take one day a week off. You drive into town.
Yeah.
Go to Josh's place. Get
Yeah,
hammered.
get over to Josh's
Pass out.
place.
Wake up.
Whether he's there or not, you know, just
Josh don't care. It's an unlocked door, Josh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how's the rest of the move, Josh? You all moved in?
If he's even there
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't know if he's there. Everyone.
Yeah, we're
Everyone
slowly
buttered off.
diminishing here. People had to go to work. It's like almost midnight in London. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I know I did. You gave me a nice little sample.
Mm.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers to you.
How do I end this thing now?